Hey guys, it's still pretty late. It's actually about to be almost 5 o'clock in the morning and a half an hour. It's like 4:30. But I had to come back on camera, y'all, because I'm getting a lot of enlightenment at this time, and I just really would love to talk about it because I feel like it's necessary. So, by the time I upload this video, I should have already uploaded the video talking about my experience of me being scammed once again. And this time I didn't give up any money because I recognized before I got to that point to give any money that it was a scam. But, man, one thing I could say about God is God definitely has an interesting way of doing things. I'm gonna just say that God really does have a very interesting way of doing things. Like, it just wows me every time. But anyway, I decided to come back on video because I was thinking to myself, wow, how is it that our harshest lessons hurt us the most, but teach us the most? Why is that? I may be a little all over the place with this video because I did not write anything down. And like I said, it's 4:30 in the morning, so my thoughts are just forming. It's that early. But I just had to come on camera and share this because I'm just like, wow, God is really interesting. So I've been seriously thinking about this last pit stop or pitfall in the road that I've come to in my life with my social media being hacked, my Facebook and my Instagram. And I'm thinking about how I have been seriously um, pursuing stories and insightful, um, challenging conversation that people hate to speak about, people hate to talk about, people hate to touch on, people, run away from, people try to act like it doesn't exist, and I have been seriously, like, wholeheartedly going in on all of that type of stuff on my Facebook and on my Instagram. And I've been thinking about that lately, and I'm like, you know what? That's how you know when certain things that happen is the devil and when certain things that happen is God, and when the devil might be doing things but God is still in control. Because here's the thing. Wow. Ooh, okay, here's the thing. I have been on a mission on this platform, and like I said, on those other two platforms as well, to really attack subjects that most people don't want to, that most people run away from. So I was thinking about that, and I had to recognize that that's why now I'm feeling so attacked. And that's how I know it's the enemy, it's the devil that's attacking me. Because God is not going to attack you for spreading his word and for spreading good knowledge and understanding and spreading positivity and encouraging people to be better than they've ever been before. God would never punish that. But the devil would, because that's who don't benefit. The devil doesn't benefit from you improving your life. Now, mind you, oh man, alignment is really real, because I just recently seen the movie dedicated to the late Tupac Shakur. And I was watching it, and I've seen this movie many a times, okay? So this is nothing new to me. But like I said, it's just the alignment and how God just speaks to me through different things. And that's why I look at people like they're weird when they express to me that I'm not supposed to be this way and that way and the third, because I'm like, I won't even be able to connect with certain people if I wasn't the way that I am. But anyway, in the movie, Tupac's mother said something to him, and I was like, oh my gosh, he was dead on. And he said the same thing back to her when he got arrested and he was locked down, and she came to see him, and he said, Mom, you were right when you said that these people, they give you the tools to destroy yourself. And I'm like, yo, oh my gosh, that's true. But here's the thing though, that's only if you allow them to. Because if you enlighten yourself on what they're doing before they're able to do it, and you fill yourself up with love and God and the things of God, then you know that you're going to attract that. You're going to become a magnet to that. But if you're on the journey to become a better you, but you're not fueling yourself with godlike enlightenment, maturity, knowledge, wisdom, then that's how you're going to put yourself directly in the path, like she said, to have people give you. And it would be the enemy that would be guiding those people to give you the very tools, like she said, to destroy yourself. That's how it can be successful, that happens, because you're not fueling yourself with the energy that can keep you safe and that can keep you ahead of whatever might come at you. And that's why, even though this really hurts and frustrates me, being disconnected from my pages, because I put so much work and so much dedication and so much of my heart into it and of myself into it, but I see how the enemy moved, but I see how God's moving too. Oh my goodness, thank you, God, for taking the blindfolds off, because I see it. Oh my God, it's so clear. Because, okay, the enemy moved in getting me completely put out of my pages and blocked out and unable to this moment right now to create a new Facebook or Instagram for myself, okay? That's how the enemy moved. But here's how God's moving. God's forcing me to educate myself on how to protect any future identities that I put on the web, and my identities that I still have on the web, thank God that the enemy wasn't able to touch. God is moving in that way by enlightening me through this not so great experience and helping me to look for the assistance that I need and the education and knowledge that I need, so that if ever I am met with any other situation like this or same as this, I know how to move and I know how to better maneuver and not allow it to affect me as harshly and heavily as it is affecting me at the moment. And that's a lesson that only God can teach. Satan would never do that, because Satan would know that he would literally be working against himself by teaching and enlightening you on how to protect yourself better in the future. So that, mind you, even though it frustrates me so much and hurts me so much that that has been shut down, I'm still me. I'm still the original, and despite whatever negativity may have been spread on my pages, on my name, I'm still myself. I'm still the authentic original. And that is what the enemy is very angry that he cannot take from me. You cannot take from me who I really am. You can have people try to manipulate me, to copy me, to try to imitate me, to try to take over my platforms, but you cannot take my identity of who I am away from me. So, devil, you do not win. You still lose. I may have lost my pages, but overall, devil, you lose. Because I have won in the future, because I am preparing because of this, what's going on now, that in the future will be the past. I'm preparing now, and I'm going to ensure that I will better be able to handle any situation that comes my way that is in any sense like this. And I say alignment is real because I remember how I was so confused when I told that model guy about somebody imitating him and pretending to be him, and he was just so unbothered. And I did kind of figure that, okay, he's unbothered because he's been through it so many times. But I have to also recognize, going through this now, that he probably went through something like this that made him really upset at first, really pissed, really really angry. And then he had to go through recognizing that, hold up, because of the journey that I'm taking and becoming who I want to become, I have to recognize this is some of the type of things that I'm going to have to encounter. So I can't let it bother me. I have to let it inspire me. I have to let it be what pushes me out even more. I have to figure out how to make this work in my favor. How can I turn this around where this actually benefits me instead of hurts me? And even though I had to discontinue any connection with that person because that was so rude, for them to read the message and not even say thank you for at least letting me know. You didn't have to say, oh, so you want to go on a date? Like, it wasn't that deep, you know what I'm saying? But just to appreciate, would have just went a long way for me. But I do also comprehend and understand that if I was a person that was probably getting like hundreds of thousands, possibly, DMs and messages, because he's a, popular guy. So he probably gets more messages than I think. Then I probably wouldn't answer everybody. But I look at it like this: if I'm going to read it, I'm going to answer it. Even if I don't do nothing but say thank you or thanks. Because how much does that take? And if you have like 50 people to say thank you, you have a lot to be thankful for. I mean, I'm probably not going to look at it that way if I have a million other things to do. I'm trying to look at all aspects of the spectrum instead of just looking at it from one face value. But I'm also doing the best that I can to understand that sometimes you make excuses for people that they don't deserve. And that's sometimes what I do when I'm trying to look at everything from different turns and different angles. Sometimes I feel like I indirectly, not even try and be making excuses for people that don't deserve it. But I do that because of how much I have been misunderstood and misinterpreted. And I still feel it like that now. Like, it's so many times that I feel like people just don't get me. And now I'm starting to really feel like I really don't care anymore. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's like, dang if you do, dang if you don't. But I just had to bring that to you guys, to encourage y'all that if y'all like me are on any type of journey, trying to improve yourselves, trying to step your game up, trying to be a better version of yourself, please be mindful. Like Pac and his mom realized, and like I'm realizing as well, please be mindful that you can definitely level up and still end up crashing. You can definitely level up and still end up, catching the not so best side of the board. And that's if you don't be mindful to protect your spirit, your mental, and your physical. You have to be mindful. You have to be cautious. You have to be wise. And you have to always stay 10 steps ahead. And staying with God and with Christ is what's going to help you to stay 10 steps ahead. Because that's why I'm going through what I'm going through right now. This experience, it's what's teaching me how I can stay 10 steps ahead. Don't look at your struggles as a struggle. Look at it as a lesson and a blessing in the long run. Because this lesson is what's going to prepare me for what's to come that might have possibly ended up being worse than this. But because of the wisdom that I gained from this experience, if it affects me at all, it's barely going to affect me. And I'm going to be like CEO, where I'm not going to not respond. I'm going to do everything, even if I do an automatic. And I realize that you can do that too. I haven't found out how to do it yet. I'm going to. But I realize that when you're a celebrity, or if you're like a person that's like very popular, like on social media, like a social media influencer or something like that, and like you get like a lot of messages, or you get a lot of people sending you messages, or even if you're a business, corporation, something like that, you can be able to find ways that you can respond. You can either have like a email, Gmail, something like that, where you can like have like automatic responses to people when they message you, so that if you're not able to physically respond yourself, you don't have to have your fans or people that really love you, genuinely love you for who you are and how you are, feel some type of way about you if they try to reach out to you and they can't seem to get any type of response at all. Now, if they are only able to get like one word responses and they still get upset, then that's just on them. Because see, me, I do understand that, okay, sometimes you might not be able to give more than a one word response because you might be busy, honey. I get it, especially as a celebrity or somebody that's supposed to be like a influencer or something like that. You're really busy. You got a lot of stuff to do. You're in demand type thing. So when you're in demand, you might not be able to always, show that appreciation to everybody, because there's so many people that you got to show appreciation to. But I'm like, I feel like if you really do appreciate your fans, if you really do appreciate people that do genuinely have genuine love for you and your craft and what you do, then you would go that extra mile to go ahead and find out how you can go ahead and respond to people without having to deliberately, one by one, respond to every person when you're only one person and you literally don't have enough time in a day to respond to 3,000 DMs. Because I'm pretty sure that some of these people, that's probably what they end up having to deal with. I know it's overwhelming when I look at my emails and I have like 150 new emails, and I know probably most of them is like advertisements and stuff. I get overwhelmed by that and I don't be wanting to deal with it. I'll try to at first, and like matter of fact, that's how I ended up losing my last email. My last email that I tell everybody about, I ended up losing that because I got frustrated with trying to keep up with deleting and throwing in the trash and emptying my email list. I think that's the second or third email that has happened with. And I just learned that lesson. Like, I just recognized that that's why that keeps happening. Because, yeah, you'll probably start off trying to throw away mail and stuff like that is, building up in your email. But you don't usually keep it up. And I'm like, now I have to keep up with this new email that I'm using. And I have to make sure that I be mindful of how I'm emptying my mail, because it's going to get too full and I'm not going to be able to get very important mail that is going certain places. So it's just like everything that is happening, that's how I know it's by the divine what's going on, because everything that is happening is like kind of intermingling with each other. Like, I just not too long ago, maybe like 6 months ago, if that, 6 to 8 months ago, lost access to my usual email that I advertise everywhere, that everybody that I do business with and everything like that knows. Like, but I'm learning from that lesson, and that is tied in with my social media. Because, guys, catch this, one of the other reasons why I feel like it's so hard for me to get back connected to my pages is because I don't have access to my email. My email that is still connected to those pages are, I mean, that email is no longer accessible to me anymore because I can't get any emails through there. So because of that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Besides just starting from scratch, getting a new email, and trying to do everything that I can to hopefully try to get my pages back through my phone number. Other than that, it's just like, I don't know. And I really do have to do better with managing my emails and keeping my email clean, keeping my email list clean, so that I can stop having the issue with certain time frames, my email expiring, kinda not really expiring, but kinda expiring to me because I don't have access to be able to get any emails that anybody sends me through that email anymore. So I'm not able to see anything now. So I feel like all of that is kind of entangled with each other and letting me know that, you know, first off, you got to do the best that you can to like really prepare yourself better and protect yourself better on social media, so that when you do start getting monetized on your sites and everything, you don't have to worry about nobody compromising your money. Okay? On top of that, you really do have to work on keeping your email cleaned out and making sure that it doesn't get overly piled up with mail where you end up getting locked out of your email. So I have to really keep those in mind, that those are very important. And it's like, it's certain stuff like that bad situations like this does teach you that, oh yeah, that is important. So that's why I know it's God, because God's like a parent. God will let you go through certain things and experience it, even though God knows that it'll hurt you or that it's hurting you, because God knows that the lesson that you're going to learn, that's going to help you through this process that you're going through, is going to protect you in your future for something that may be worse, or that could have more heavily affected you. But now it won't be successful because you learned from this lesson. So guys, be encouraged through this video to understand that even the harshest lessons, because this is definitely a harsh lesson, but even the harshest of lessons can teach you and enable you to learn, so that you will not be affected by any of the enemy's later attacks towards you. Or if you are affected at all, you are better prepared to defend and protect yourself in a way where you weren't before. So you'll be able to get past it and get through it a lot better. So be encouraged if you're going through anything like this, that even though you don't feel okay right now, because I don't feel okay right now, okay? But at the same time, you're going to be okay, because you're going to make sure that you prepare and you protect better next time. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And make sure you become a part of that Truth Tribe, because when you vibing with Ruth, you vibing with the truth, and that's that. Peace out.